हेलो एंड वेलकम फ्रेंड्स। तो अभी हम स्टार्ट करेंगे क्लास 7 ज्योग्राफी चैप्टर 3 आवर चेंजिंग अर्थ। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। द lithosphere is broken down into number of plates known as lithosphere plates. The movement of these plates causes changes on the surface of the earth. The forces that act in the interior of the earth is called endogenic forces, while the forces that work on the surface of the earth are called exogenic forces. Sudden movements like earthquake and volcanoes cause most destruction over the surface of the earth. A volcano is vent in the earth crust through which molten materials erupt suddenly. The vibration in the plates of the earth is called earthquake. The place in the crust where the movement starts is called the focus. The place on surface above the focus is called epicenter. Although earthquake cannot be predicted, the impact can certainly be minimized. Major landforms. The landscapes are continuously worn away by two forces, weathering and erosion. Weathering is the breaking down of the rocks on the earth's surface. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind, and ice. Work of river. When the river tumbles at a steep angle over hard rocks or down a steep valley side, it forms a waterfall. As the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming large bends known as meanders. At this point of time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cutoff called Oxbow Lake. During flooding, the river deposits layer of fine soil and other material called sediments along its banks. This leads to the formation of flat fertile plain called plain. The raised banks along the river are called leaves. The collection of sediments from all the mouths forms the delta. Then work area waves work of sea waves the erosion and deposition of the sea waves gives rise to coastal landforms due to seawater hollow like caves and formed on the rocks. They are called sea caves. The cavities become bigger in size, only the roof of the cave remain, thus forming sea arcs. The erosion further breaks the roof and only walls are left. It is called stacks. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above seawater is called sea cliff. Work of ice. Glaciers are rivers of ice which erode landscape by bulldozing soil and stones to expose the solid rocks below. The material carried by the glaciers, such as big and small rocks, sand, and silt, gets deposited. These deposits from glacial moraines. Work of winds. An active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert is wind. It makes rocks in shape of mushroom called mushroom rocks. When the wind stops blowing, the sand falls and get deposited in low hill-like structure. These are called sand dunes. When the grains of sand are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over long distance. When such sand is deposited in large areas, it is called loess. Okay, so friends, that's it for the today. In next chapter or in next lecture, we will see next chapter of 7th class geography. Okay, thank you so much, friends. Please share, like, and subscribe to my